hit that like or the dislike, and hit the subscribe button. What is up, gang? Ho, ho, ho. And happy heathen holidays to you. I thought I would talk to you all about a new contribution to the Rips and Sips. Behold. Oh. New bong for the show. Got the old one still here. And I might use it off and on. But this one was broke. And as you can see, it was all repaired there with some rubberized adhesive stuff that I found. It's roofing. It's rubber roofing. But yeah, that's what I've been using. And my son came up and hooked me up with my Christmas present, holiday present, whatever you want to call it. Me and him, neither one of us believe in the Lord or Jeebus or any of that crap, but hey, that's how I wanted to start out the Rips and Sips, was to show you the new bong. And well, me and the boy, you know, we smoked out of it right away. But you guys are, I would say, rip number 7 or 8, I'd say. Nah, probably 9. I'd say me and him had, well, no. Yeah, I'd say me and him had about 4 apiece. So, yeah. Probably number 9. I don't know. But I included you guys. So, check this bad boy out. Oh, yeah. Nothing like a fresh bong. Tastes nice. And clean water. Yeah, I like that. See, the only thing I see here, I don't know if you guys can see it. You might not be able to see it. There's an angled tube that comes out of that down to the water at almost a 90 degree. Not quite 90 degrees, but, well, yeah, it's a bend. It doesn't make a right angle, but it does come down to 90. And I worry about cleaning that. So, I don't know. I'm just going to have to, well, yeah, it's going to get resin down in there. Maybe a pipe cleaner or something. They make the solutions that you can pour down in there, and it breaks the stuff up so you can wash it out. So I'll probably have to get some of that, because that looks difficult, and I don't want to stick anything down in there because I'm scared it would break something. But yeah. But enough about the bong. You'll see it enough in action. Yeah, so me and my son had a nice little holiday moment to switch up some of the shitty ones I used to have, so that's nice. And I thought, in addition to the sharing of the new bong with you guys, I would show you 2 knives that I personally made by hand myself. And with that said, I'll meet you guys over at the table. All right, gang, here we are at the yellow table. And first off, I've showed this before, but not really in depth. I showed it in one of my first knives videos. But I made this knife myself. Not the sheath. The sheath I ordered. But here it is. I made this from a 1950s wheel horse lawnmower blade from like a riding lawnmower. And let me try to get the camera and move it so we can see a little bit better. This one has a convex grind that I hand filed on it myself, which means the top of it, and I tapered it. So back here, this is about a 1/4 inch thick. The stock of it, this is full tang, as I've mentioned before, which means the blade stock steel extends through the handle, which makes it more sturdy. And I've talked about grinds a little bit, and this one has a convex grind, which, like I was saying, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. The stock of the steel here is about a 1/4 inch. Oops, I'm blurring the camera. Let's see if I get something I can point with here. It won't mess things up too bad. So we got about a 1/4 inch here. We go up to here, and I started hand filing it. Let's see if I can get to where we can see it. It stops being that wide here, and then gets slimmer down to about 3/16, all the way through the center section, and then at the point, oh, it's not wanting to focus. Try to do this a different way. Then out here at the point, it gets wider out to a 1/4 inch again. And the reason I did that was for batoning purposes, hitting that with a stick. And the reason I decided to do the file work that I did in along the center portion was just to cut some weight and to make it balance, because I used to be able to just, it'll balance on my finger there at the at that point in the handle. So, and this is just a general 4-inch. I don't know if you'd call it a drop point or a clip point, because I'm sorry, I'm having technical difficulties here with this camera. Let me switch this around and see if that helps anything. Oh, Jesus. There we go. Back in business, folks. I'm very unprofessional. Yeah, so this is about a 4-inch blade. There's my ruler. It's about 4 inches on the blade here. I don't know if we can see that. And then about 4 inches on the handle. So about 8 inch overall. And you can see that the handle drops down a little bit. And I like that for just general comfort of holding. And it's kind of got a rounded handle, really smooth with like a palm swell. I used a brass tube that I bought at a hardware store and slid that through and chopped it off. And then these are old hinge pins for a door. And that's what I used for the pins on this. And then I left the finish rough. I put a patina on it. That's why it's as dark as it is. And I left the heat treating marks on it because I thought it was kind of cool looking. And I left all the hammer marks in it. So some of those things are indentations from when I forged it. And I forged it in a coal fire, and I heated it to the point that it was no longer magnetic. I had a magnet there that you could stick to it. And then at a certain point of being screaming red hot, a magnet won't stick to that anymore. And then that's how you know you've got it as hot as you want it. And I quenched it in used motor oil and put the handle on it and everything. And there you have it. And it's really, really sharp. So that's that one. Go on to my other one, which I actually made the sheath for this one not that long ago out of thermoplastic. And there it is. This is kind of what they call a Nessmuck design. There's the back of the handle. It used to have a ring on the back of it to put your finger through, but it wasn't at the right angle. Now the handle on this is green. I think it's G10. I don't think that's micarta. I think it's G10. And the pins on this are carbon fiber. And this is, I think it's 1095 steel. And this made it through a house fire. My friend's house, who has the shop that we made these knives at, it burnt down in an unrelated incident. And this was a piece of steel that came out that when the sides of the wall caught on fire, all the steel that he had leaning up against the wall luckily fell outside. Like the wall fell out and out into the yard. And some of the steel was saved, and that's what I made this out of. He was kind enough to let me use a piece and make a knife out of it that I can, remember us that shitty time and something positive that came from it. So there's that. It is, I'm always trying to measure shit with my hand for some reason. That's that redneck in me. That one's about a 3-inch blade on it. Now that's the bottom portion. This top portion from here forward is also sharpened. And that's about, what do we got there? 1.5 inches. So this upper part is sharpened, and then this bottom belly part is sharpened. And this is a good 90-degree spine that really, really strikes the fire starter real well. And it is also a full tang. It extends through the handle. It's I didn't mention this. The handle on this one is Brazilian walnut. Very nice hardwood. This is, like I said, I believe it's G10. I believe it's olive drab green G10, or it's micarta. But both of which are some kind of, I'd have to even look up what they are. Micarta is made from like cotton or linen and a resin, and it's compressed. G10, on the other hand, I'm not quite sure. I think it's just a plastic of some kind, or a nylon mixed plastic or something. I have to check it out. But yeah, I left the finish, the forging finish on it. Although this was not forged, this was cut from a piece of stock steel. So those aren't hammer marks. That's just the finish from quenching it. I never cleaned it off. That's the heat treat and the oil quench, plus a patina that I put on it so it don't rust. I think I smeared some bluing on there at some point too. But yeah, so these are 2 knives that these 2 hands made. And yeah. So thought I'd share that with you. And after sharing that with you, I will see you guys back over at the table for some rips and sips. And we're back. We're over here back at the coffee table. And I think I'll wrap this one up with a rip and a sip. And I might make another one about another topic. But I thought I'd share just those two knives with you, because they're kind of special to me, because I actually made them with a purpose in my mind as outdoor tools. And the kind of the Nessmuck design one, I tried to make it with as a very multi-function knife, with the tip sharpened on both sides and the spine how it is for batoning with sticks and wood and stuff, and for a self-defense weapon, for an all-around nice small knife, because it's not a very large one. So yeah. So I don't know, you guys might not be into that shit, but I'm into that shit, so you're gonna have to put up with it every once in a while. Yeah, leave you like I always do, with a rip and a sip. Quiet, like a new car. See you next time, guys.